Hello, and welcome to today's esoteric collective reading. I hope you all are having a beautiful day today. Today we're going to do a little pick a pile, but the pile has picked you. This is pile 2, so if you found this video, this is a message for you. Before we get started, just a quick little disclaimer. I have a cat, and so while right now he's chilling on his little heat pad right now, if he decides to get up, you may see him on the screen or may hear shuffling in the background. If that happens, I will let you know, but just know that that's on my side of the screen, not on yours, so there's no need to worry about that. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and get into our Oracle of Pluto card. If you're interested in any of the 2 decks that I will be using today, feel free to check the description and you will find the titles and the authors. But for today's card, Jellyfish, meaning releasing expectation, ease, flow, and instincts. Of all of the creatures in the sea, the jellyfish is a bit of an oddball. There are around 95% water, and they don't have a brain, heart, or bones. Without a central nervous system, they rely solely on the sensitive nerve endings at the base of their tentacles to touch, temperature, and the flow of the ocean. Their lack of resistance to the ocean currents enables them to navigate their underwater world with ease. Humans know more about outer space than we do about our own oceans, which is wild when you consider the fact that oceans cover 71% of the Earth's surface. There are depths that humans haven't been able to explore because the pressure of the ocean is so great that it crushes submarines. And yet the jellyfish has mastered the art of traversing the vast oceans, of harnessing the powerful currents to help them along their journey. They instinctively know that resistance is futile, and if they can just embrace the flow, they will be carried far and wide. When jellyfish energy is present, there's something in this wisdom that can help you now. Have you considered that needing to be in control or feeling tied to a certain outcome may be holding you back? When we can embrace the current situation for what it truly is, we are freed from the chains of our expectations and the weight of stress is lifted. When we can find peace in the present and go with the natural cycles of our lives to trust. With trust, I should say. We may end up not where we expected to be, but somewhere better. Further reflection. Meditate on the famous quote from Bruce Lee. Be like water making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you shall find a way around and through it. If nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. Empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. If you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. If you put water to a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put water to a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow, or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Beautiful. I've gotten this card myself in a reading before, but for some reason it just kind of hits different right now, so that's very beautiful. I love that. There's definitely something here about the fluidity of being with at ease. I'm getting the energy of the Hanged Man, but we're definitely going to pull some tarot on this. But the idea of the Hanged Man is like being at peace with what is. It's also about like sacrifice, but sometimes the sacrifice is sacrificing expectations of what is supposed to be, you know? But let's go ahead and pull some tarot to see what the collective needs to hear today. Interesting. I'm going to pull another card to clarify this first, but for those listening to it only auditory, we got 10 of Cups reversed. Why is the 10 of Cups reversed? Interesting. Normally I don't do this, but I'm going to go ahead and pull the cards for this reading. Interesting, interesting. Let me make sure you can still read that. One more card, please. Thank you. Interesting. Okay, the number is 88 or 8888 could be a synchronicity for you. Gonna adjust the camera real quick so y'all can see that. But we've got 10 of Cups reversed, Wheel of Fortune reversed, and then 8 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles. From this energy, I'm getting the vibe that it's important to release the expectations of connections, possibly even the idea of family. I'm getting two different things with this, and both of them are quite sensitive, so I'm gonna take my time with this. But if you're still here, this message is probably for you, hence why it probably took a couple seconds to kind of pull the cards to get everybody who's not supposed to be here out. But I'd recommend grabbing a water, maybe even a tea, because this one might be a doozy. If you're seeing this, I'm getting the vibe that your family life is not exactly ideal. Maybe you experienced a lot of trauma when you were a child due to the family. There's something here to do with the expectations of what family is supposed to look like. The idea of like finding a newfound family through different connections is coming to mind, especially with that 8 of Cups and 8 of Pentacles. It's this energy of releasing the expectations that those who are blood related to you are your Wheel of Fortune and family, because you can find your source of family through people who might not be blood related to you, right? 8 of Cups talks about need for emotional change. It gets the idea of like somebody feeling like they need to move or change jobs because they're not happy with where they're at, right? And with that 8 of Pentacles energy in particular as well, it's that idea of not only have you thought that change needs to happen, but you actively have put material energy into this. Maybe you've tried to make the family that you've been born with work. Maybe you've tried to have discussions to help improve the dynamics. And it just isn't. I'm getting the idea of like they're just not cooperating with you. But I should note that the way that I put the cards, it's almost giving like a circle, which with the Wheel of Fortune, very much. My cat's about to hit his cat toy that has a bell in it. So I'm warning you now, you might hear a bell sound. Heads up. But it's giving this energy of being at ease and flowing with the new connections that you'll make in your life, and being open to the idea that you can, there he goes, find family through other connections because of that same 8 of Pentacles energy that you've tried to give to blood family or blood related family, right? Hopefully the bell or cat toy isn't too disruptive, but this energy of if you're someone who's able to put that 8 of Pentacles energy towards people with communication, with effort, with care, consistency is coming to mind, then clearly the problem isn't you. Clearly the problem is those around you not willing to give you that same energy, not willing to have those discussions, not willing to hear you out, right? With that, especially with the 2 first cards being both 10 of Cups reversed and Wheel of Fortune reversed. It's important to note that when cards come up in tarot readings, there's a reason why those cards in particular came out, even if they came in reversed. There are other cards in the deck that give different definitions. So when it comes to 10 of Cups, the idea of family is still here. The idea, when it's upright, is a happy family. I think in traditional Rider-Waite tarot, it's like a rainbow, and now obviously 10 cups, and then like a mom and dad and a kid, right? In this case, with that coming out with the Wheel of Fortune, it's this energy of like you're putting work into people who aren't giving you that same energy back. And I think it might be time, especially emotionally, I feel like you might be feeling this too, to start looking for that sense of family through people, different people who are going to give you that same energy back. That energy of, I care, I'm going to be consistent in my communications with you, I'm going to put effort into this, as much effort as I see you putting in, right? Which is a really hard message, because obviously blood-related family is a family you grew up with. And so that's a long-standing connection that can be really hard to let yourself let go of. Even if it's like not necessarily let go of contact, just let go of the expectations that it will work out. Because sometimes it working out with different people who are going to be there for you more. It's this idea of control what you can, right? And you can't control other people's actions. You cannot control other people's thoughts or feelings. You can control how you act. You can control how you feel and think, for the most part, if you put a lot of energy towards it, depending on the mindset you were raised with, you know. Hopefully you don't mind the cat toy in the background. My cat's currently playing with a carrot cat toy, so carrots could be in synchronicity. But also it's funny that I mentioned that, because I just saw 11:21 on the timer, so that could be in synchronicity. Carrots, when you eat them, are supposed to be really good for your eyesight. So it's almost like, with this Eight of Cups, you're literally seeing that there's change needed. I'm getting the energy, though, that the change is different people in your life that will give you that same care energy. So we're going to pull one or two more cards on this. What's some advice that the collective needs to hear today? Interesting. Okay. Actually, I don't know if that... Let me see if this is reversed drop right. It's reversed. Okay. Sometimes you just gotta flip the card real quick and see. So, I will take that as a sign up that I did want to put the King of Wands upright, but actually it was reversed. So there's this idea of passionate about the wrong things, passionate in the wrong ways. This is a very drastic example, but it's the one that's coming to mind, and honestly it's very culturally and politically relevant, so I'm going to use it. But kind of like how one cannot say Hitler was not passionate, because he was just passionate about horribly corrupt and evil, wrong things. Like, if he had stayed passionate about art, that would have been fine, but he chose to be passionate about very evil and horrid things. So there's energy of, like, there are people who are masters of their passion, but I'm hearing targeted at the wrong things, targeted towards the beliefs and core values that you, the individual who are watching this, do not align with. And with that Two of Pentacles coming out, it's like this energy of choosing where to spend your energy and finding balance in it. So kind of like what I talked about earlier, I don't necessarily mean letting go of contact, but if you feel that's the choice that would create the best balance for you, depending on how toxic and or abusive or just lack of care there is in the family dynamic that you were born into, that might be the safest option for you. But the Two of Pentacles is here to let you know that that is your choice. You have to have the material strength, the emotional strength, the mental strength, and even the creative, passionate strength to make that choice to affect your material for you. So, obviously, I don't know your situation. I'm not with you right now. I'm with you through spirit. That's it, though. So you're going to have to sit with yourself, and I'm sure you probably already have if this Eight of Cups is coming out, with that Eight of Pentacles as well. I'm sure you already have. But sitting with yourself to think, what kind of contact, if any at all, is what I meant to say, is healthy for me with these people? What form of material, energetic, I can't think of the word, but economy is coming. So almost like, what energy do I want to give these people compared to what energy are they going to give back to me? And is that balanced? And how can I make that more balanced, even though I only have control over my actions and my thoughts and my feelings and my passions, right? It's this idea that if these people are passionate about the wrong things and they are not healthy for you. Maybe these people are people who tear down your passions in particular. I'm getting that too. Maybe giving these people less of your energy, less of your time, less of your thoughts. A silver card just passed by, so that could be a synchronicity. It's like a silverly white in a way. Deciding whether or not these energies are worth your material presence. And if so, how much of it. Because with that thing with the contact, for example, yes, you can go no contact or yes contact, but if you choose to stay in some contact, whether or not you stay in low contact, a medium form of contact, or high contact with these people, that is your decision as much as it is theirs, right? With the Two of Pentacles in particular, it's giving like the phone goes two ways, but the phone goes both ways, right? So if you choose to give less energy because of your safety, your emotional well-being, what have you, that does lower contact. Whether or not this person continues to reach out to you, you have autonomy over your own decisions to respond, right? So that's kind of an example, especially with that Pentacles material coming out. As I say Pentacles card about material, it's like, how much material energy do you want to give these people? And are they matching that? And knowing that if they don't, there are people on this earth who will. Regardless of whether or not you believe me when I say that, there are. I want you to think of how many, and excuse my French, fucking people there are on this planet. There are millions of people on this planet. And even if the millions are I can't talk. Even if the millions are not right next to you in the room you're watching this, they are still there. We have the World Wide Web for a reason, okay? Many a reason. But one of those reasons is that you can theoretically make contact with any one of them. So knowing that in the same way that you have to clear out space to make space for new blessings, if these people are taking all of your energy and not giving you anything back, it may be time to, if not cut ties, severely lower the amount of energy that you were giving these people, so that way you can have that energy to give towards people who will match you. It's like people who will match your freak is what I'm getting. But yeah. That is it for today's message. I'm going to pull one more card, but while I'm pulling that last card, I want to go ahead and say that if you're still here, please feel free to check out my linktree to help donate money to Palestine, Sudan, Congo, Yemen, and Haiti, as well as many more. The whole point of that linktree is to help put money to where money can help people live better lives. So if you're interested in helping somebody out today, please feel free to check that out. Also, if you're an immigrant, particularly in the United States, I hope you have a beautiful, serene, relaxing day, and I hope you have a picnic. Hopefully weather is pending that you can have a picnic, but even an indoor picnic with friends and family, or found family, which is equally as valid and worthy, hopefully that'll be nice. But what is the last card that this collective can keep in mind during this transition, it seems? I'm hearing it's gonna be okay. Just take your time with it. Patience is key. Patience with yourself. Interesting. Okay, so a card wasn't cutting out. A card wasn't coming out, so then I heard cut the deck, and I cut the deck to the Tower and the Three of Wands. So, I'm just gonna say that, know that the destruction of one thing is just so that way you can rebuild anew. And there are people out there that will communicate to you the same effort and love that you show to them, even if it's not the people who you are blood related to. But yeah, I hope you enjoy. Have a great day, stay safe, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.